find passion, community, problem, solution, and just do that as fast and simple as you possibly can. And so I learned that, right? But I also learned that I wanted it to be in the podcasting industry. And so that's ultimately what led me to launch my company, Podmatch, which you hinted at a little while ago, which is a service that connects guests and hosts for interviews, works like a dating app, but instead of connecting you for dates, it connects you for podcast interviews. But that all kind of came through that journey.
I love that description.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's one of those, again, going back to branding, I've just learned about simplicity, right? Like I love audio. I love words. What I don't love is when somebody takes 10 minutes to explain something that I still don't get, right? The second I say it's like a dating app that connects you for podcast interviews instead of dates, everybody says, oh, wow, that's really cool. They immediately get it, right?
Yep.
And I always say, people are like, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I always say, but the right words are priceless. It's just a matter of discovering those right words. And when you discover them, man, is that powerful.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. It's also in the delivery of how you share those words too.
That's why I listen to you, Jodi, because you helped me with that. I talk fast. I'm a little bit robotic, but you've helped me a little bit. I'm like, man, my cadence. So listen, when Jodi says it, like, you can deliver the worst news on the planet and it sounds beautiful. And I'm like, but how nice did it sound when she said that tragic thing that happened, right? Like, I want that, Jodi. That's what I'm here for.
I am not hearing any robotic here, so you're doing good. Just fine.
Thank you.
So have you used advertising in your podcast, and is that something that you suggest that people do? Or when it comes to monetization, I know that a lot of people are so into this. Like, the first thing they want to do when they do get into podcasts is they want to make money. They want to make sure that their podcast makes money. And I personally have always been of the thought that isn't the first thing you should be thinking about. And you now also have another podcast that teaches about podcasting, right? So from that podcast, you moved on to the entrepreneurial one. You moved on to another podcast, if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, those two things really go hand in hand, because my podcast now it's the same feed. So, by the way, Creating a Brand is the first 158 episodes of what's now called Podcasting Made Simple.